And welcome back, mystery lovers, to a new episode of Melanin Mysteries. And today we're diving into a case that takes Facebook drama to a whole new level: the tragic and shocking story of Kadejah and Jeremy Brown. What started as a seemingly perfect marriage took a dark turn, and it all played out in real time on Facebook Live. Yes, you heard that right. This crime was caught on camera for the entire world to see, proving once again that social media can be as dangerous as it is entertaining. So join us as we unravel this twisted tale filled with love, betrayal, and a live stream murder that left everyone questioning how it all went wrong. But don't worry, we're going to sprinkle in some humor to help us all cope with the madness. And so I'm your host, Tiffany,
And I am your host, Willie.
and let's get into it.
Yes, ma'am.
So on the morning of March 25th, 2023, around 7:30 a.m., a popular couple was streaming live on Facebook. On Green Tree Drive in Columbus, Mississippi. They had been arguing all night and into the morning. So while streaming on Facebook Live, a tragedy ensues.
Give me my phone, bro. Don't say
What is the
move.
conversation you want to have?
What's the conversation?
Get out my
He
phone.
said, what's the
Don't touch
conversation?
me. Don't touch me. I'll call the police over here. Don't do not touch me.
He said, what's the conversation y'all want to have?
Keep your hands on.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on. Don't touch me, bro.
What's the conversation?
Move, bro. I'm trying to get ready for work, man. Go
How
on.
you getting ready for work?
Touch me again. Touch me, bro.
Stop. Wait a minute. Ain't nobody finna do
Don't go
that.
put my gun on.
Ain't nobody finna do nothing.
I'm gonna call the police. Tell them you got guns.
Ain't
Don't worry
nobody.
about it.
Stop.
Don't worry about it. Touch me again. Touch me again.
Stop. Yeah.
Touch me again.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah,
Touch me
bitch.
again.
Stop. Then y'all wonder why the kids.
This incident unfortunately leads to the death of Jeremy Brown.
All right, so let's talk about Jeremy Brown. Jeremy Rashad Brown was born June 24th, 1994. I graduated that year. Damn, that made me seem. Oh Lord,
You
Jesus.
graduated in 94?
Oh no, I did. I'm tripping. I started high school in '94.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I had to. Yeah. No, I started high school in '94. I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to know my age. Okay, anyway. So he was born in June 24th, 1994, to his mother, Teresa Brown Thompson. His father was not named, so we gonna again assume he was a deadbeat. That's sad. What is it? We just gonna assume he a deadbeat. But look, his father wasn't named or anything. Jeremy had a brother named Malcolm, and he was born and raised in Columbus, Mississippi. He had four children: Melissa, Josiah, um, Z- Zaza,
Who
Zanaya,
knew
Zanaya.
Zanai, you
You know I'm horrible with names, man.
you
Everybody
really are.
listen. I know that's my struggle. Okay, and Jeremiah with his wife Kadejah Brown. So Jeremy worked as a manager at a national sales and lease, and he and Kadejah met in 2009, and they were married in March 2016.
So Khadijah was born May 25th, 1994. Oh, they made me feel so old. Whew, these 90
I
babies.
know, jeez.
in, in Columbus, Mississippi. Her mom is Joanne Jones. She was 28 at the time of the incident. So, like we said, Khadijah was huge on social media. Like she was always posting, always going live. Just showing off her family. Showing off her babies. She was a great mother to both of her and Jeremy's children. She did grow up with her mother, and her father was in the picture, so he
Mm,
wasn't deadbeat.
okay, okay.
So she would spend time with him on the weekends, and she does also have a brother.
Yes, we had ended up going together in middle school, and it's just like when he was living in an apartment complex in Cypress Park, me and my best friend we used to go out there a lot, and then she used to date him, but then he didn't like how the way that she was treating him, so he ended up saying, to fire my best friend. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I said, you gotta just know for yourself. So, but then again, he said he ain't had time to be in a relationship with her, so he ended up talking to me, and we
Okay,
ended up connecting.
that's what's
And
up.
he seen me. I was a very good person. I love him. It's like we always hang out, play sports together, did everything basically together. It's like we raising each other from a boy or a girl to how you say, a man, a lady,
Yeah.
to a wife, to a husband. It's basically what friends raising each other. Even though we was going through stuff in our household with our moms, our dads, but we always managed to work things out. Like whenever anything he needed, I was there for him in his corner. Like when his mama, had put him out, didn't accept him, I was there. And I used to tell him, like, when he needed a coat for school, I asked my mom to try to do stuff for him because his mama never did it.
There. So as you can hear from the audio, it does seem that as if Jeremy was attempting to leave the situation and de-escalated before he tragically lost his life. Forgive me. But again, everything is not always
It's
as it
really
seems.
not. It's not what it's saying. But I will tell you what it is. Look, man, and I'm not trying to offend nobody, okay? I'm a God-fearing man, all right? I'm a lover, not a fighter. But that girl was thicker than a Snicker. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna look, she was. I'm not lying. I found myself looking at some of the videos a little bit too long, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there. Now, I apologize, but the truth is she was thick, man. I just wanna throw that out there for any other
And the
man.
truth is, we may be covering his case on Melanin Mysteries when my sis get a hold of this and she take his ass out.
I'm like, man, she was thicker than a snake. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to throw it out. So after the terrifying gunshot, right, the police were called. The Lourdes County Sheriff Department responded to the call. Remember, they in Mississippi. They in the MI crooked letter IPP, whatever that, however it go. Isn't that where the show at?
Yep, that's what a Paint Cat. That's a Big Murder from. Yep, I'm waiting on my show to come back. Shot P Valley. I'm
Oh
over
my
ready.
God, that's the big head. What Uncle what's his name? Uncle Clifford? Was that his name?
Yeah, Uncle, don't come for Uncle Cliff.
Real quick, she had me watching that show. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the first season was good. I'm not gonna lie, the first season was great. But then the second season, I was forewarned by everybody, like, do not watch it. It was extra zesty. So unfortunately, I'm not no longer fan. But speaking of, she would think like, what's her name? Mercedes? Was that the girl name? Mercedes?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all. The old girl would think like that for real. Just for fellas, just take a look. So look at the scene.
I'll take a
Khadijah
look.
was arrested, of course. For the murder, police also had the murder weapon as well as a 9 millimeter shell casing. Now, it is said that Jeremy was shot in the back of the head and he was pronounced dead at the scene. And just a little side note, I actually spoke with her. I mean, just obvious because we put up the post, and she actually tried to wrap his head up. She tried to wrap his head up to stop the bleeding. Unfortunately, it didn't help. So I just want to throw that little tidbit in there. They say 2 shots were fired. Um, uh, it's funny when you actually listen to the audio, it kind of does sound like 2 shots fired. But speaking with Khadijah, she stated it was only 1 shot, and of course, you guys would hear that you would hear that for yourselves. It.
No, I didn't. I really didn't, because I told the officer the same thing. I'm gonna tell you, like I told the officer, like it wasn't no clips in the gun, and I did not know one was in the chamber because he takes my gun to work with him, and I honestly did not know. And I told them, I said, I was just trying to wave it to scare him off. Normally he'd been ran off because when he reached over me, like he was going to hit me, I flinched. And I did not know. That's why I'm like, oh my God, I was scared. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I'm going to jail. And it shocked me.
Yeah, it happened so fast. Yeah.
And it happened so fast. And my mom was still in the kitchen cooking. And when she heard that pop, she looked and screamed and got scared. Just like, what did you do? Like, she was scared, and I was scared. And I tried to wrap some around my husband's head, just praying to him, like, come back, like, just praying. And I just kissed him one last time, and it hurted me because I didn't expect it to happen.
Now, we do not know for sure that Khadijah's mom. We do know that Khadijah's mom was present, as well as the children when she shot her husband. So we know that. Do we? Should I? So as far as the conversation I had with her mom, I think that would be a good time to talk about that, especially with her being at the house. Because let me just throw this out there. So if you listen to the audio, you can hear her mom in the background, and again, like Tiffany said, some things are not what it's saying. When I first heard it, it sounded like the mom was instigating. I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounded like the mama was instigating,
Mhm.
and kind of egging the situation on. But after I actually talked to her mom, which is, I mean, such a sweet lady. I love their accent. They got southern
Yeah,
accent.
I love me a good Southern accent. I
Yes,
was in love with T.I. for the longest. Like, I thought
yes, yes.
I
Talk.
love me a country accent.
Yes, I bet you do. Know what I'm saying? You
I
probably,
sure
and then
do.
not only that though, you could tell by the way she talked, they can cook. Know what I'm saying? They could cook. And with that being said, what happened was, unfortunately, Khadijah called her mom the day of because I guess um, her husband Jeremy was gone for 2 days in a row. So from what Khadijah said, he was actually messing with a married woman. All right, we did got to put the facts out there. So he was messing with a married woman. Also, she was dealing with postpartum depression, and going through other issues. So she called her mom, like, "Mom, I need you to get over here. Can you please cook for these kids? I'm not right in the right mental space, whatever the case may be." Her mom just worked a 14-hour shift, so she came to the house and started cooking. So you got to imagine she's aggravated. Don't say you're seeing your child arguing with the young man, and that was one of the first, if I'm not mistaken, also that was one of the first times she really realized like how toxic the situation was because Khadijah really wouldn't disclose a lot of information to her. She would tell her aunties and other people, but would not tell the mom. So of course, she's over there. She's seeing everything going on, and she said it herself. She never imagined anything like that was going on. She was just aggravated with the whole situation, knowing that, like, dude, you ain't been home for 2 days, and now you talk about you got to go to work. So I just
I
wanted to
mean,
throw
you
that
think about
there.
it, you don't work 14 hours, so you dead on your feet tired. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to be funny.
yeah,
She had 4 kids. 4 kids, because I have four. They can get on your last. You be like, oh my God, just please. And then I say, and you're aggravated, you're tired, and those are your grandkids. You got your daughter over here, and she's dealing with a lot. So it's, like I say again, things are not always as they seem. It sounds like she's instigating, but she probably like, look, nigga, get your shit together. Like, I'm over here helping you after I've been at work all damn day to help you with
yeah,
your
yeah.
kids. You know what
And
I'm saying?
yeah. And the reason I said that because it's so crazy when you go to her Facebook, well, you go to the Facebook page we were on. It was his, as a matter of fact, yes. We went to his Facebook page and it was a picture of him and his mother and Kadejah. And it's so crazy how people after something like this happened, they go back to the page and start making comments. on-
Mhm.
And they
He
were
was
all
I mean, people was going off in the comments, and you know me, I can't hold you because when you first sent me this case and I looked it over, immediately our first thing is we judge. Because I was like, I don't like I was just like, I don't like I was just like, this whole situation is ridiculous. I don't understand. No, it makes no sense. But then when you start talking to people and you listen,
yes, and you listen, you
it's
hear,
a
you started
whole
hearing
like
things.
it literally changed my entire perspective on the whole situation. That's why they say there's three sides to a story: his, hers, and the truth. And unfortunately, we'll never hear his side of the story.
What made you Facebook Live it? What made you go live?
What made me went live is I just felt like nobody wasn't listening to me. I wanted to show people, okay, this is what's going on in my relationship behind closed doors. Outside, y'all still happy with them, but y'all want to know the truth, like what's going on with me physically, mentally, and emotionally. Like I'm going through it,
Yeah.
and I'm crying out for help. I'm reaching out for help, and I'm trying to get everybody's attention. Like, hey, if y'all love me or love us, like y'all say you do, come over here and help. Like I can't do nothing but reach out.
Damn.
And I just wanted, to show people like that, show like women, this is what we go through in our marriage, and this is what is going on now. Through
Girl,
like a lot of domestic violence cases and a lot of, women getting missing or being put on the side of the road because they've been beaten and left for dead.
mm. No, that's real, man. Yeah, I'm about to be in tears, man. Like that's
Same.
yeah, like real talk, man. Like, oh wow. That's yeah. Yes, exactly. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? So just back to just want to throw that up. But Khadijah, she was given a bond in an amount of $750,000. Mississippi, they don't play around, especially for people that look like us. You know what I'm
they
saying?
really don't. They
Don't.
really do
Yeah.
not play.
They put $750,000. So if you don't post bond, you gotta stay in there during the duration of the as the case plays out. You gotta stay in there. So you and that bitch hot as hell. Just so let me ask you a question real quick, because we never discussed this. What exactly because and I was asking your mom, what happened with court? Did you cop out to a plea? Or did they make you plead guilty? Did you plead not guilty? What happened at court?
It's just like my court enforcement lawyer. She had made me plead. She had told me to plead guilty, and then she had told me to take it to trial. Well, I think she made me plead not guilty or maybe take it to trial some type of way. And I just tried to tell her I want to plead guilty, so I won't have to go to trial. But she like just said not guilty, so we can take it to trial. And once we had took it to trial, it just like I was just so nervous. I was just like shocked and vulnerable at the time because I feel like I wasn't ready to be on the stand and to wasn't ready to be able to tell my story how I want because I know the DAs they're gonna come at you with any and everything and just try to point the fingers at you and won't even let you speak because the whole time when I'm on the stand I'm crying because they didn't put pictures of my husband and my kids and I couldn't do nothing but look at them and I was just so numb and couldn't think and it's just like about my situation. I didn't want to go back to that because it's like that's a vulnerable moment to me. It's like a shocking moment to me because at the end of the day, I didn't expect none of this to happen.
Yeah. So
Right.
so you did okay, so you you did go to trial, but it was a bench trial, so it was no jury there, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, is there a reason that they didn't let you? Did they tell you it was better to do a bench trial versus a jury trial? It's just like it's just like when I went to trial. It's just like okay, at first, they gave me a new judge and stuff, and the DAs had ended up playing the video for um for the judge, and it's like when she came back, she gave us a loop. At first, she was proud for the say something else different until she seen the video. She was like, "I'm so this and I'm so disgusted, but you a mother and a woman is herself. Like this is somebody else going through this, going through abuse, going through neglect, going through all types of things in their marriage, and you don't know what to do and how to, think because it's like it's so much on me at the time when I had my third child. I was going through it, and like my husband cheated, and I had videos. I tried to do marriage counseling. I had to put my kids in counseling, and it's just like it was a lot on me. And plus, my granddad had dementia. I was taking care of him as well. So all that just it played a role. And then me having another child, my fourth child, it just like it was weighing heavy on me. And me in at the hospital back and back with seizures and panic attacks. And I almost died through one of my seizures because I was so stressed and overwhelmed.
Damn, that's a lot, man. Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be funny. Like, I was telling him, like, women, we're emotional. Like, we've all done things. Like, I was telling him, like, I was telling him how I, flipped out on my kid's dad. Like, I talked about his job. We've all done, like you said, we've all gone crazy over a man. We just have. That's what we do. So, I mean, like I said, and I was just saying, like, in a split second, everything can change. It may not be to that full extent, but we've all done things.
Yeah.
So and it's really not our place to judge. Like I said, I still don't feel that your sentence is fair. Like it is not.
Yeah, not at all. So that's why I said we're gonna do what we can. So let me ask you real quick. So what like would you so again, we're going to post this part on our podcast. So I gotta ask you, like, what is it that you want people to know about you? This is your opportunity to say what you want people to know about you, like at this moment.
At this moment, what I want them to know about me that I'm a caring, loving person. I'm a mother of four. That they know I love my husband unconditionally, and I want them to see, my side of the story, not just one side, but it's always two sides to a sword. And I want them to know that I am a human being as well, and I've been through a lot just like anybody else has. And I just want people to see me for who I am.
I got you.
As a person, as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a cousin, like just all overall, like I'm like as a Christian, I'm God's child, and I can just tell them like, hey, just whatever y'all base y'all decision based off that video, I'm a whole different person. What y'all see is not that person of me because I've been through a lot in my life.
Yeah. Wow, I think that was beautiful, and I'm not trying to be funny, like that, but that was that was real. That definitely was real. Yeah, that definitely was real. But I'm definitely happy that we were able to reach out and get in contact with you because it just like we were saying on the podcast, it's one of those situations where you really cannot judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Like you cannot judge a book by its cover. And I talked to your mom yesterday for about 20 minutes, and because one of the big things was, and just being honest with you, they were saying your mom was trying to instigate. But after talking to your mom, I understood what she was saying. She wasn't instigating. First of all, she was frustrated because she said she had to come over there and cook.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can your mama cook?
Oh my God.
Yeah, my mom can cook. She can throw down. Like
I can look. Hey, look, look. When I saw you on that live, and I saw how thick you was, I said you could tell she know how to cook. All right, you could tell she know how to cook. And your mama sound like she know how to cook.
Yes. Yes. All my family know how to cook real good. Like we used to cater for a church, and we used to cater for some of the people that like they'll ask us to come out and just cater for them because my grandmama had started a little catering thing, like because they love her cooking, they love her pies, like that Thanksgiving food dinner meal.
Okay, so and I say so I could tell you ain't got look, you ain't gotta tell me, I could tell, but one of the things after talking to your mom, like I said, I realized it wasn't her instigating. So again, it's just this was the first case that we covered where we were able to actually have a conversation with the person, and it was not what we expected. So again, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. However, she had a bench trial and not a jury trial, right? So this is another. So when looking up the case, unfortunately there was no like information. Usually Tiffany, she is a pro at it. She is a detective. I feel bad for any
Detective Light
man.
Skin checking
Yeah,
in.
light skinned, yeah, detective light skin checking in. I feel bad for any man that try to get with her, try to be on some trash because she's going to find out everything. I am telling you, like seriously, she's going to find out everything. We were not able to get no information on the trial because I wanted to know what happened. But the good thing is, I actually was able to talk to her mother, and her mother stated that what they did was Mississippi was trying to make this go away because everything was playing out on the internet. So I mean, because again, this happened on the internet. This was on the Breakfast Club. This was on um, a TMZ. It was everywhere. So I mean, it's getting played out everywhere. So what they did was they told her that, and this is crazy because they did this to my brother. They said, if you plead not guilty, it's going to really look bad. So just go ahead and plead guilty, and then we'll give you a bench trial. Now, I don't know if she's ever been in any type of other issue before, trouble before. I know it was domestic violence called, but I don't think nothing major like this. So she listened to what they got to say. Plus, you got to think you in a hot ass Mississippi jail, you missing your kids, you just shot your husband, know what I'm saying? And so, you thinking like, man, look, yes, all right, whatever. They gave her a bench trial and then they made her plead guilty and then they struck her and gave her the time. So that's
And
what I found out. Go ahead.
I say, my law degree, it came from, how to get away with murder or whatever. But I believe in my mind that if she had possibly went to trial because there were extenuating circumstances, um, or they would say mitigating factors. So just the fact that one, she was dealing with postpartum depression. As a woman, thankfully, I've never dealt with it myself, but I do know I have close friends who have, and it's no joke. Like it will literally alter your mental. You can be
Yes,
a perfectly normal person. That I don't know what it is with your hormones, but that can mess you up.
I
So you're
know.
dealing with that. You have children at the house. You said that she was also on, when you spoke to her, she said she was on anxiety medication,
Yeah,
right?
yes, yep, yeah, she was. She is seeing a therapist. Uh,
Yeah, due to, the
yeah,
postpartum depression. So you're dealing with that. And honestly, truth be told,
truth be told.
it was an accident. Remember,
Yeah,
she
and
said that
yeah,
she didn't even know she said there was no clip in the gun. It just so happened to be one in the chamber. Like this literally was a complete
accident.
accident.
Yeah,
Yes,
and the crazy part is, I apologize for cutting you off. And again, I want to clarify. There's no justification. I'm not justifying anything. So we
not
want
at
to be
all.
clear. It's not like we're saying, nothing should have happened. Yes, there are consequences for your actions. Definitely consequences for your action. I mean, you waving the gun. I granted you did not know with one in the chamber, but there is consequences for your actions. But I just think, this was one of the first times looking at a case and basing my perception off of what I see, but then actually having a conversation and getting the little bits of information that you can't get from nobody else but the individual that was involved
Mhm.
in the case. So she did plead out the guilty to murder. She pleaded guilty to second degree murder, which I believe it should have been manslaughter.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I think
And
it
like I
should have
said,
been manslaughter.
and had she gone for a jury trial, they may have knocked her down to that lesser sentence, like I said. And she
Yeah.
also said that she had video footage and that she showed to her attorney that he was cheating on her. So there are mitigating factors in this situation. And I believe that had she been able to
Now, let's be
plead
honest.
her case,
If she had a lawyer, that's why I mean, unfortunately, I mean, it's so crazy how they say how in order for you to prove yourself innocent, because they say you're innocent and proven guilty, that's a lie.
that's not true.
Until you prove yourself innocent.
I would say that's not true, especially for us black
Yes,
and
it's
brown
it's a
people.
money
It's not.
game. Yeah, it's a money
Mhm.
game. So you got to understand, for a murder case. So my little brother actually had an attempted murder case. Michael, I told you about that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and luckily the lawyer that we used was a good friend of mine at the time, Jason Carter. Dude, a cold lawyer. You know what I'm saying? He an asshole as a friend, but he a cold lawyer. Just throwing it out there. Um, he charged my brother almost $10,000, $15,000. And I mean,
And
this
and
is a yes.
And if you think about it, is that's a lot of money, and the average person does not have that just sitting around. Because I ain't trying to be funny. You tell me I need it right now, and be like, "You need what right when?"
Yeah,
So
that's
you have to
yeah.
think about that. And I mean, in some murder charges, can cost a lot more than that. Like, I mean, you talking about 50, 60,000. And these public defenders, let's
That
be
ain't
real.
shit.
They're not there for you. They're there just to collect a check. They don't have any investment in you. They
Nothing.
don't have they're overworked. They have hella cases. They can't concentrate on you. So they're just trying to get you in and out the door.
Hell yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
they
But I'm
don't
just
like they
saying
don't
he
they're
should
just
look. She was fine, man. All right, if it was a man, he could. I look. I'm gonna work my hand. It's just some people you do it for. You know what I'm saying? You just some people you take. I'm sorry, Lord Jesus. Okay, well let's go ahead. Yeah, they gave her 40 years, right? They gave her 40 years, 36 years in prison with the remainder 6 years suspended and on supervised release. So that means she will be what 68 when she's free, right?
And that means that she's going to like so she had a fresh baby and she had little kids. So
Yeah.
she is going to miss out on those poor babies' entire lives. Her youngest ones may or may not even remember her. Um
And the bad thing about that is that look, we got the juice. So we got the juice. The mother of Jeremy is the one who has the kids, and she
mhm.
is not allowing Khadijah's side of the family to even see the kids. Khadijah actually stated, and you will hear in the recording, that she hasn't seen or even talked to her kids since all this happened. Now, granted, I look, I get it. It was horrific. It was a horrible situation. And as a parent, I know how I would feel if that was one of my son, you know, but those are still her babies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like those are still her kids, though. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
and she
they're
can
gonna
still
eventually
to a
start
certain
asking.
Yeah, she can still be a mother. Yes, she can't be a mother in the capacity that she needs to be, but she still deserves to be a mother. Yes, I
Yeah.
understand what was taken from his mother. You can never replace your child. But again, let's talk about things that are not always as they seem, because when we were going through the Facebook page, she was talking like everybody was coming for Kadejah, and they were give, and of course you give the mother the condolence, because like I said, nobody deserves to lose a child. Understandable.
Yes.
But
Yes.
again, we don't know the backstory of what transpired. So according to Kadejah, and
Hmm.
again, like I said, there's three sides to a story, his, hers, and the truth. But according to Kadejah, like his mother was not there for him at all as a child. Like Khadijah's mother basically, took care of Jeremy. It was points where
By accident, my bad.
yeah, it was points where, Jeremy's mother wasn't taking care of her at all, wasn't taking care of her child at all.
Yeah.
When they got married, she was asking, Khadijah was saying she was going into debt trying to help his mother. And I can understand that you're upset, you're hurt, you're angry, you're hurting because you don't have your child. But then you also think about these four children who now you're punishing because now they don't have a mother.
Yeah, because
There
yeah,
are no winners in this
it
situation
ain't.
at
It's
all.
not.
No winners.
It's
Nobody
horrible.
wins.
Yeah.
Nobody wins. Those kids didn't win. She didn't win. Jeremy, nobody's winning in this situation. So it's more about what can we do going forward, and people need to understand what's in the best interest of the kid. And I can understand not wanting to take those kids up to a prison to see their mother. I can get that because
No, but
as
they
an
got the
adult,
they got the little thing now. Like
yeah, where you can video chat, like
yeah,
that's something, but not don't take those kids away
away.
from their
You know what I'm
mother.
saying? Yeah. So she was sent to Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in Raquel County, Mississippi. Her scheduled date of release is November 2nd, 2057. You know what I'm saying? So then jail preserves you too. I just want to throw that out there. It preserves you, dude. Cause you look at my Uncle Frank. My Uncle Frank is about, you know what I'm saying, about 112 years old. And
Oh
look
my
how good.
god.
Look, Uncle Frank looked good, like for real. He was trying to holler at you. Look, he felt confident enough to try to holler at you, which I thought was the funniest
No,
shit.
it wasn't that he was trying to y'all was trying to put me on. And I'm like, are y'all really for real? Are y'all really for
Hey,
real? That
look,
man
hey,
gotta he gotta
wait,
be about 75. Like, what would we do?
wait, didn't he sing you a song? He sang.
Yes, he did. Out and my slow ass. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, do 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 do. And sis like she was like, did you like your concert? I was like, what you talking about? Oh my god.
Oh, my Uncle Frank is a trip, man. Shout out to my Uncle Frank, man. So there are so many allegations and speculations as to what caused Khadijah to kill her husband. So we gotta go into the few theories of what happened because again, this played out on Facebook and you got Facebook detectives. So you got people that knew them, right? You know, that actually knew them.
Or
They
quote
made
unquote knew them.
well, quote unquote, you're right. So a few days before the murder, Khadijah posted on her Facebook, I have a bisexual husband, and she tagged Jeremy. So I confirmed with her that wasn't the case. The dude, yeah, he definitely was a bisexual. That was done out of anger. You know what I'm saying? Now he had hoes. He was messing around with hoes, but you know what I'm saying, not bros. He was hoes, not bros. What is wrong? Look, I know, right? Allegedly, he was cheating on her with a female coworker. However, she allegedly hacked into his Facebook account and was messaging women from his page to make it look like he was cheating. Allegedly, she made a Facebook post laughing about hacking into his page, which you can see. I actually saw it, and it says, "I finally got in your shit." LOL, 3 attempts. And Jeremy Mother commented on the post, "Oh wow," with a wide eye, straight face emoji. Man,
That's my favorite
it's
emoji.
always the fine ones that be a little, I don't want to say touch and everything. And look, y'all know I'm a comedian, so I'm sorry. Don't get offended by any means because I told you I have biracial kids, and something wrong with both of them little niggas. Know what I'm saying? So I talk about everybody. So I want to clarify that. But it's always the fine ones, man. The fine ones that you be like,
First of
"Oh,
all, let's start talking about it ain't us. It's the fact that y'all drive us to be crazy. That's what the problem is. It be y'all. If y'all would just do right, maybe we wouldn't be so goddamn crazy.
but
There's a
hey, you
thought
can
right there.
that okay, that's true. Know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just embedded in the person. Sometimes, look, man, some women they're crazy with everybody they're with. I
But
can name names, but
we
I'm
not
not.
gonna name names. We know who you're talking about. But again,
Okay.
things
And the other one, know what I'm saying? Who keep messaging.
you got. I ain't trying to be funny. You got a history of dating
And
crazy
then
bitches.
the other one that was stalking me, and I never seen her, and she got 3.5 years in jail.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
You
that
remember that
one.
one? Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, you done had some. You got a history of crazy ones. Like
It's always a yes. But no, I ain't gonna say they always find out. That ain't the case. But usually the found ones, that'd be it. But yeah, so that was it. So actually, as far as that, she did clarify with me that he was messing with a married lady, like I said earlier. So he was messing around with a married woman, and I mean, shit. Let's be honest. You got 4 kids with this dude, and he out there what's it called? Scandivated? What's that word?
gallivanting.
Yeah. I want to sound
Gallivanting.
fancy. Yeah, out
So
there.
okay, so I'm gonna be a little transparent here. Okay,
What? You
so
crazy?
I was batshit crazy. Okay, they used to call me Pup, the pop up princess, because I ain't like some. Oh, I'm popping up to see what's going on. Um.
Wait, so it comes I asked you this in the other episode and you said no. I knew it.
Oh shoot.
So you was the pop-up princess.
Also, yeah. Let me tell you how. One time I found out the kid's dad was cheating on me. I remember I was sitting at the house. I think I was pregnant at the time. Yes, I was pregnant. And my oldest was like real little, and I was pregnant with my second one. And I found that man was cheating. When I tell you I went up to his job, I went up
The
to his
job?
job. Yes, I
Just
popped up at
waddling,
his
just
job.
waddling. Just waddling.
Wow, I wowed out at his job. Like I remember like they had to escort me out.
Oh,
But
you
like
serious?
I'm dead ass serious. He'll tell you about it. Yeah, they had this scrub. Yeah, he was so embarrassed. I remember my mama even called me and cussed me out because he called my mom on me, and she was like, "You can't go up to that man's job." I was like, "Fuck that! Don't act like you ain't got no goddamn sense." I mean, I've had my moments. I said again, I've long since calmed down because
Pop-up princess. I like that. I
yeah,
mean, I
I've
get you
I've
man, 'cause
I've
especially when you pregnant too, you definitely it's yeah, the pregnant or postpartum. Like
yeah, let's
pregnant
say
or
them
postpartum.
hormones, like you don't like you're not thinking logically. I say, and even just we as women we are very emotional.
Yes.
We are emotional. What did he call us? He called us a very emotional creatures. We are.
Yes,
We act
yes.
out of emotion. That's what we do. And it's a lot of times that we act out of emotion and we do things that we don't mean to do. I mean, it wasn't me personally, but I know women who slashed tires, who done busted out windows, came to people's house and busted their
Yeah, I told
TV
you
out.
oh, damn it. Gee, don't stop. Don't be doing that.
Okay, so nobody would have even known until you had to come in and say
Exactly,
something. I was
right?
gonna keep going.
Exactly. Just anyway, let's move on. So
But yeah,
on
but I
March,
mean,
go ahead, go
go
ahead. No,
ahead.
no, go ahead. No, no,
So anyway, so as of last year, we do know, like we said, that Jeremy's mother, she does have custody of all four of the children. She did set up a GoFundMe account. This account is still active. She was asking for assistance in burying Jeremy as well as essentials for the children.
okay.
Now, now,
So March, okay. So it seemed as if Jeremy was all about his family. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. From the look of things, look, and I know this sound wrong, but I mean it's not wrong, but it's right. A nigga could cheat but still love his family. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter is. You know what I'm saying? And you
hmm
could tell he did love his wife and he loved his family because if you go down, I mean, he posted all the time, especially about his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like March 5th, 2023, he posted happy anniversary to my queen, my friend, my wonderful and marvelous wife. He put marvelous. Black people don't use that word. He put my wonderful and marvelous wife a post August 8th of 2022. I said, I just want to say, I know people like to judge about me and my wife relationship, about us being so perfect. We are not perfect. We are humans just like everyone else. Yes, I have 4 children with my wife. Nah, not by multiple women. Just because people like to run and talk. If you gonna talk, speak facts. But then on another post. So he did, man. He used to post pictures of them. They got pictures of together. So he had no problem, letting people know he was married. And they did a lot of live videos together. You know what I'm saying? That's how I found out she was thick when I saw the live videos, right? Just want to throw that out there. So before I go to this other post, another another speculation was that she supposedly was the one that was hacking into his account making these posts. Did I tell you that?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
so supposedly he didn't. I don't believe that. I believe that he actually made that. So another post he put was telling his wife, beautiful wife, happy birthday. Everybody stop what y'all doing. Show her some love. Words can't explain how much she do. She's a great mother, wife, and friend. My right hand since we were young. Y'all drop those hearts and wish her more. So up and down this timeline is all about his wife and children. From what he posted, he seemed to be a family man. And I
And
mean, he
again,
was and
we
she
know that
yes.
like I always say, people aren't who they post to be, because
I
just
like that. I like
because
that.
what you see on Facebook is not necessarily what the life that people are living. And we know that. Well, we should know that by now, that people, they post this extravagant life and behind the scenes their life is a mess.
Broke as hell. Know what I'm saying? Broke as what you got going on? We ain't gonna edit it either.
Oh my god! I specifically texted my child and said, "Don't come over here." She come here with this damn kitten that she. Oh my god!
Oh my God, I
Kids
love
don't
it.
listen.
I love it. So look, since the murder was caught in real time, so many people saw and heard exactly what happened, and of course made comments from some were from people who were close to the situation. Like one person made a comment that came across TikTok and said, I grew up with them. He never cheated on her. I believe she cheated on him and tried to cover it up. I doubt that very seriously. And especially like I said, like you could so some people are very good liars. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? We know one. But I'm a person with look what they say. No, I'm saying you can't kind of con man. I was big, I used to lie all the time. You can really talk to, you can tell when a person lying, and having a conversation with her, you can tell. I mean, it's. I mean, she in jail. She's doing 40 years. What do she got to hide? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for her to really hide. You know what I'm saying? She already went, and she stated like, no, I ain't doing nothing. That was him. He was on some trash. And even his mom would put it on there. So I don't believe that comment. Another comment was she was inboxing women from his phone to make it look like he was cheating. I do believe that. Know what I'm saying? I do believe that she did that. I mean, it was done out of hurt. And Jerry Mother as the last year does have custody for all of the kids. And as you said, she did set up that GoFundMe account. So this case for us was very intriguing. This was a different kind of case. You could kind of tell by the way how everything was set up. Because this was one now I have got in contact with like Bobby Cuts. I got in contact with his ugly ass. I did. But he really didn't want to talk about it or make a comment, which I respect, understand. But luckily had the opportunity to speak to her and she was like willing to talk. But just again, it was different because to actually have your idea of what you think happened and like this it is, and then you talk to the person and it's not like that. Like I actually, when we first did it, remember? Oh, I was about to be on here clowning. Remember
Yes.
clowning, and I was like, "Hey, let me message her." You was like, "Look, I gotta throw it out there, right?" We try. She's like, "Don't message that bitch," and I'm like,
I really did, like,
"Yes,"
I
because
was
again,
so
it
against
looked.
it.
Yes, she's like, "Don't message her," but I did, and I thank God I did because we were able to see. Yes, she killed her husband, but it was not how they made it to be. It was an accident. It definitely was an accident. And I believe that. I strongly believe it was. Again, there's no justification um for I'm not justifying it. And of course, my condolence, my heart goes out to Jeremy family because they lost a son behind this. But the truth is the truth. Does she deserve jail time? Yes. Do she deserve 40 years? No.
Absolutely not.
No, she don't deserve 40 years, not at all, man, know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's just a waste of a beautiful young thing right there. Jeez Louise, man.
Okay, so we're getting back to the case. So after the conversation, and if you hear it in her voice, like I don't know what it is, but that really, her case really touched me. Just like listening to her speak, and like he said, you can tell a liar when you hear one.
Yeah,
I don't believe that's the case.
not at all.
And at this point, like I said, she's in Mississippi. We know that in the deep south it's still a lot of racism. I don't care what nobody say, it's still real. They will railroad you like no other.
Yeah.
So we are actively, and I don't know how to do this. So am asking for help. She needs help. Lawyers are
Yes, you
expensive.
do.
They
Yeah.
want to file an appeal, and I believe she deserves that appeal. Like I said, yes, I understand that this is a tragic situation. Yes, I understand that somebody lost their life, but I also understand that one mistake does not define you as a person.
Not at all. No, and I told
That
her that, and yeah.
that one mistake does not define everything that you've done. That does not make you who you are. She
Mm,
is being deprived of her kids, and you don't know what type of mental state that I could put somebody in, because I can't imagine someone taking my kids from me and I can't speak to them, I can't talk to them. So we're actively working with her mother to try and figure out what can be done. What can we do?
and look, we'll do this for anybody. Like, I mean, again, I have a brother that got railroaded, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have a brother that was, uh yes, I don't. But shit, I put all my business out there. My brother, he was messing around with somebody that was young, and the person was going to testify to try to help him out. They told my brother the exact same thing, saying, "Hey, just plead guilty." What I'm saying, my brother was in jail for like 3, 4 months. He never been to jail before, so he wanted to get out. So they're like, "Yeah, just plead guilty, and we'll go ahead and saying, they're probably gonna give you like, saying, time served or whatever." So of course he did it. They gave my brother 33 years, man. And I'm
Yeah, because
not making
at
this
the,
up. Like, yeah,
at the end of
33
the day,
years.
they like we're just it's almost like a modern day slavery is what prisons are.
Oh
And we
yeah,
know
man.
that black and brown people are disproportionately
Targeted.
yes,
You know what I'm
targeted, thank
saying?
you.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
that's what's real. Like that's what's real. So we will keep you updated because we are actively working. I'm going to do my best. Like I'm gonna figure out how we can raise donations, like whatever we need to do. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this could have really been a manslaughter trial. I mean, even if she had gotten 10 years, that still gives her time with her kids. You know what I'm saying? She can
Exactly, man.
still get
You
she
taking
has time
her
to see her
whole life.
kids grow up. She will,
And
you know
she
what
in
I'm saying?
Mississippi. You know how hot it is? I messaged her, and I messaged her, and I forgot how it came up, but she was like, "Man, I'm in there." She said it was hot, and I was just like, "Damn, I can only imagine." Cause I ain't got no AC in jail, just hot as
Yeah.
it's torture, man. They say like jail down south is always horrible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely gonna do that. We're definitely, and also at the end of this, unfortunately, this was a small case because it didn't go to trial. You know what I'm saying? It was a more or less, you know what I'm saying, when she pleaded guilty. So, we really couldn't, we're not going to be adding unnecessary stuff. But at the end of this, we do have the conversation that I had with her. We're going to paste that at the end so you guys can actually hear for yourself. And we did, as you noted, we did post inserts in. and you know, during the podcast of the conversation. So those inserts will be what you will be listening to at the end, but it's the complete conversation that we have. And you know, again, you know, be judge for yourself, and if it, you know, make a comment. You know, if you think she deserve it, say it. If you don't think she do, then let us know, because we definitely if this could have been anybody. If, you know, the reason it really touched me because I have a brother in jail, be a brother in jail doing that crazy numbers when it didn't have to go that right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it hit personal with me. So
And it just hit with me just for the fact that this could be any, but this could be any of us ladies. We know how we get behind these men. We I mean, I would assume at a certain age you grow out of it. I did, but I understand that everybody, is on their own growth pattern. But we've all made mistakes. And it's honestly by the grace of God that, nothing too crazy has happened to any of us.
exactly.
So your life can change in the blink of an eye. One split second, one wrong decision can spiral your life out of control. So just keep that in the back of your mind and say, and this also kind of taught me like everything, stop judging people. I always tell myself to like stop judging people from what you see. And when you have a case like this that was like basically tried in the media, but you don't know her, like we're always quick to say what we would have or wouldn't have done, but that's not true. You don't know what you would have
Hell
done in that
no.
situation.
Yeah, I mean, real
You
talk.
don't know what she was struggling with. Like I said, it was never said that, she was battling postpartum. It was never said that, he really was cheating on her. It was never said that, her situation, like she's burnt out. Her mom is tired. Her mom, like y'all, everybody was just like automatically assumed that her mother was instigating. And that's not the case. She
Not at
probably
all.
like, God damn it, get y'all shit together.
Exactly. Like, God damn it. No. And look at she I talked to her, man. She sounded like she could cook. So she probably was on there frying some chicken and the good old southern meal, making biscuits and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all over here arguing. You know what I'm saying? Cut the racket down. Oh God.
Right. So,
But
like I said,
yeah.
we are actively going to be working with her mother. I don't know what we can do, but I'm gonna figure it out. If y'all know a real life Annalise Keating in Mississippi, so we can get this girl some help or anything that can possibly be done, even if they're just looking into her case to see what can be done, I'm sure her mother will appreciate it. Um,
Yeah, but don't be on that page with no
Thank you.
hate
That's
comments to that
literally,
lady.
literally what I was just about to say.
Don't
Be
be doing that.
respectful, because
Be
her
very
mother is
respectful.
also
I mean,
suffering
'cause
too.
yes, I mean, she's suffering too. Not only she can't see her daughter, but she can't see her grandkids. So just be
Exactly. So
respectful.
be
So yeah,
mindful. Be
mindful,
mindful.
respectful.
So,
All right,
okay,
we
let's
good.
go into our last segment of Love, Lies, and
Oh,
Alibis.
and we got a winner too. We do got a winner. We hit the contest where we needed the audio, the like theme music for this segment, and we do have a winner. We're gonna do a live, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we're gonna do a live this week and we're gonna announce the winner. So after this session, you guys will start hearing the theme song. And I love it too. It's a good one too. And you don't
Oh,
even
and
know it.
also let me backtrack just for 1 second. I'll be
Yeah.
all over the place. So, it is our hope that we will actually be able to have Khadijah on the live. Um, so
Oh
if there's
yeah.
questions that you want to ask her, and again, be respectful.
Respectful, okay? Now that's the young
Be
fine young
respectful.
lady. Be respectful to her. She don't deserve to be treated like that.
I say she already been drugged through the ringer. She don't need no more judgment. She trust and believe she catching her punishment. Like you can tell that she like I and people don't understand a mental prison is worse than any prison that you can ever be put in.
Yeah.
So that's it. So anyway, but going back to our love lies and alibi section, one thing that we discussed when we were talking about we were discussing this case, Khadijah mentioned that she and Jeremy met when they were in middle school. So they basically grew up together.
Hmm.
And just from based on what she was saying, you'll hear it in the audio, like the how she said that they were, it seems like there was a lot of trauma bonding
Yes.
going on in their
Yes.
situation.
Yes, because
And
she did say that. She did. You're right.
yes, there seems like there was a lot of trauma bonding going on in their situation. And one thing I feel is that we really have to start looking at who we're dating. Like dating is like everybody, it's all fun and games till it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's it's real out here when you start playing with people's emotions. Like my mama always said, like don't mess with matters of the heart because it will get you killed,
Yeah.
literally.
No, you're
This is
right.
again a crime of passion. We see so many of them because like I was always told, like, you don't mess with nobody's heart.
Yeah, and also something that her mom said, when I spoke to her mom yesterday, we spoke for like 20 minutes. And her mom made a comment. She said that, if she would have known, she would have told her, like, walk away from it, walk away from a situation. She said that she's been involved in situations that her daughter seen her in, and she walked away and left it alone. So, you it's okay to walk away. Like, granted, yes, sometimes it's hard. I mean, when I was going through my separation, that was one of the hardest things I did. But I thank God that I did it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's toxic, just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Just you gotta, it's okay to walk away.
It's okay to walk away.
And I agree. I do agree. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that people have. Like I said, they don't want to walk away, but you got to. So I agree. So where we at now, girl?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode on up. It has been a lot. I really hope you enjoy this episode. It was a little bit different. So we were a little bit all over the place with this episode because just speaking with her, it was just varying times. So we hope that it was informative. We hope that we possibly changed your perspective on some things, and hopefully, you would like to be a part of potentially helping her. Like we said, we're gonna go live with her this week. We will post the date exactly when we're gonna go live and the time. So we would love to hear any questions that you would like for us to ask her, and we're gonna go from there. So you got anything else to say before we go?
No, not at all. It's so much behind the scenes that you guys don't know. It's crazy. We've been scrambling for this case, so is we have to have a live, Tiffany, to talk about what we did. We got to have a live, and then we have to have a live with her. We have
Yes,
to let
we.
them know. So, all right, so go ahead, end this out, girl.
All right. So before we go, please don't forget to tell any and everybody if you like our podcast. So we would really appreciate if you share with your friends, your family, your siblings, your co-workers. Give us a listen and give us some ratings. And but if you don't like us, just send us a message. I'm not, just be respectful about it because he ignorant. I'm not. I'm more
I'm
professional
ignorant. I'm very ignorant. I get on your ass. Sorry.
and I'm the nice one, so I'll professionally just not say anything. But anywho, so make sure you're following us on social media. We can be found on IG and TikTok, Melanin Mysteries Pod, and on Facebook, Melanin Mysteries Podcast. And before we go, we just want to remind you that love should not come with a life sentence. So make sure you choose freedom and not felonies.
Not felonies, and we are out. You guys take it easy.